The adult disease. It was a typical Wednesday morning at the grammar school. The children were chatting excitedly, as they made their way to their classrooms, eager to start another day of learning. But there was a strange atmosphere in the air, one that made even the most confident students feel uneasy. Rumors had been circulating about a strange illness that was spreading through the school. It was said that only the adults were susceptible to the illness, which was called thundering diarrhea. Those who caught it were said to spray diarrhea out of their bottoms, causing them immense embarrassment and pain. The children found the whole thing hilarious, giggling and joking about it as they walked through the corridors. But the adults were terrified. No one knew how the illness was being transmitted, or how to stop it from spreading. The school was filled with anxious teachers and staff, all of whom were worried about contracting the illness. When the first case of thundering diarrhea was reported at the grammar school, the teachers and staff had just finished their evening meetings and were making their way home when one of them suddenly doubled over in pain. "Oh my God, I think I have the thundering diarrhea," they cried, as a stream of diarrhea sprayed out of their bottom. The other adults recoiled in horror, unsure of what to do. They had all heard the rumors about the illness, but they never thought it would actually happen to them. "We have to get out of here," one of them yelled, pushing their way through the crowd and fleeing the school. The others followed suit, running as fast as they could to escape the contagion. But it was too late. Within hours, several more adults had fallen victim to the illness, erupting with diarrhea in public and causing chaos wherever they went. The children, who were immune to the illness, watched in fascination as the adults frantically tried to find a cure. They were filled with a mixture of fear and amusement as they saw their teachers and other staff members suffer from the illness. Jeremy, a child in a wheelchair, was one of the few who didn't find the situation amusing. They felt sorry for the adults, who were clearly in a lot of pain and embarrassment. They decided to try and find a way to stop the illness from spreading. They spent hours in the school library, poring over medical books and scouring the internet for information. But no matter what they tried, they couldn't find a solution. It seemed that the thundering diarrhea was unstoppable. As the days went by, more and more adults at the school fell ill. The children watched in horror as their teachers and other staff members writhed in agony, unable to control the diarrhea that was spraying out of their bodies. The school was in chaos. No one knew how to stop the illness from spreading, and the adults were too sick to even try. The children were left to fend for themselves, trying to navigate the dangerous corridors and avoid the infected adults who were roaming the halls. One of the infected adults was Mrs. Jenkins, the school's headmistress. She had always been a kind and compassionate woman, but the illness had turned her into a shell of her former self. She was constantly bent over in pain, her face contorted in agony as the diarrhea sprayed out of her bottom. The children tried to avoid her, but it was impossible. She seemed to be everywhere, her haunting cries echoing through the school as she searched for a way to stop the illness. In the end, it seemed that the only way to stop the spread of the illness was to close the school down completely. And so, with heavy hearts, the children watched as the doors to their beloved school were shuttered, trapping the remaining adults inside with the unstoppable illness. No one knows what happened to those who were left behind, or if they were ever able to find a cure for the terrifying thundering diarrhea. All that remains is the memory of a terrible illness that struck fear into the hearts of all who encountered it.